What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite entries in the Hellraiser franchise, and also the most important entry in the franchise, simply because it adds so much to the mythology without taking anything away or changing anything that's come before. It also introduces one of my favorite characters from the franchise, Angelique. And when it comes to the storyline for Bloodline, conceptually, I think it's the most ambitious and interesting entry as well. Now, obviously, what was written in Peter Atkins' original screenplay was not completely reflected on screen, but I think the film does get enough of the point across, considering the type of story that they were trying to tell. So I'm going to stop there, but instead, let's get to what you all came to see, this amazing edition of Hellraiser Bloodline. And now, let's start the showcase. This is the limited edition Hellraiser Bloodline set from 84 Entertainment. It is limited to 300 copies only, so I'm going to do a quick rotation of it just so everyone can see the artwork on all four sides. First up, we're going to start with the Mediabook. This does feature the 4K, the Blu-ray, the soundtrack, as well as the DVD version. And one of the most coveted special features on this release is probably the Workprint. So let's get into it. The Workprint on this 84 Entertainment release has a runtime of 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 47 seconds. And the cut of the Workprint itself is vastly different from the Workprint that was recently released on the Arrow Video release for the Quartet of Torment. More on that later. I'll give the label some credit. They actually did do not only a solid release with a lot of extras in terms of tangible items, but does have a lot in the way of special features, such as the original script, a 20-page booklet, and other features that further flesh out what Hellraiser 4 was originally intended to be. And as a bonus feature on the Arrow Video Quartet of Torment release, you have a Workprint cut coming in at a runtime of 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 11 seconds, which makes this cut 24 seconds longer than the Workprint version that is found on the 84 Entertainment release. Now, it's not so much a difference in terms of actual runtime that really makes a difference. I'd say the more important noticeable difference is the sequence of how that Workprint plays out, from it having a different opening. Then there's the different title cards, as well as different color fonts, such as the sequences of events in terms of the non-linear narrative that the film has, with things playing out very differently sequentially. And all of that really switches up the narrative quite a bit, but ultimately still telling the same story. Not to mention all the scenes that were never actually filmed. And for all you hardcore Hellraiser 4 fans out there, I do highly recommend you checking out the Peter Atkins original screenplay that was developed with Clive Barker. And of course, it's also what Kevin Yeager signed on to direct. This is the paperback. It is also available in hardcover. You can find it on Amazon. This original screenplay is different from the shooting script. This is the most complete version available of what was originally intended for Hellraiser 4. Now, I'm not going to go any further into the Workprint version anymore. I think I've covered enough here. But if you want more details on the Workprints between the 84 Entertainment release and the Arrow Video release, you can go to the link below down in the description. With that aside, let's get back to the Mediabook. Inside the Mediabook, we have our 4K right there, and then the Blu-ray behind it. It is region free. Let's flip through this. And this image right here on the left has always been one of my favorites of Pinhead. I've always liked this Bloodline artwork. It just looks fantastic. On the next page, we have the robot who solves the puzzle in the future. And on this page, one of my favorite characters, Angelique. Probably my favorite female character in the entire series. Next to Kirsty, of course, she's definitely my favorite. Another shot of Doug Bradley as Pinhead. It's one of my favorite scenes from the movie right here, where you have Pinhead and Angelique talking. They had a great chemistry throughout this movie, which I wish was explored a lot more. But we all know how this film turned out and why it turned out that way, so I'll take what I can get when it comes to those characters. These are the two twin cops who get turned into cenobites. Another one of my favorite shots and images from the film. There we have the twins getting conjoined together. Now, this creature was not one of my favorites. I don't really think Pinhead needs a dog, but the design of it is still fantastic. And I'm a sucker for any great creature effects, and this was really, really well done, I must say. Merchant getting a chain through his neck. one of the characters from the future being killed, Pinhead and the twins, the ancestor of the merchant, and a shattered shot of Angelique. And on the final page we have Angelique holding the lemon configuration, and then we have our DVD and our CD soundtrack. For our final look inside the media book, with all 4 discs removed, we have an image of Pinhead in the back. Here's the shot of the back of the media book. And this media book is limited to 300 copies, and I have number 11. Alright, so here we go. This is the Hellraiser 4 Bloodline Pinhead Bust. From what I've seen online, there is some complaint about the detail in terms of it looking exactly like Doug Bradley. I get that people want it to look like the character, but for me and for the money, I really like this design. Like the fact that they used real nails. Does it feel like a quality bust? Is it cheap? I would say no, but I'll let all of you be the judge. Let's see a rotation of this thing. There are a few additional things that come along with this set, such as the t-shirt right here and some cards that are located under the t-shirt which fit in the back right here. So let's pull them out and see how they look. There's a really cool Bloodline shirt right here, and our cards. These are all the cards that are included in the set. This one on the far left is probably my favorite. So let's just go down the line. There's not very many, only 5. Here's one of the cards flipped over. There's a lemon configuration on the back. These cards are always a nice touch. I do enjoy having them. Anything where I get more artwork of something that I love or that I'm really into, I'm all for. Here's the shirt from top to bottom, so all of you get an idea of what it looks like. I mean, it's actually just the artwork that's featured on the box itself, which I really love. So that's really cool. Here's another one of the mini extras that they threw in with this set. This is a Hellraiser 4 plaque. Now, it's hard plastic, but it does have an adhesive on the back. You can just stick this onto whatever you want, but I'm not going to use it. At least for right now, I can't really think of anything to put it on. If I do find something to put it on, I will have to probably leave it on there permanently. I'm not so sure about removing this adhesive strip on the back and then pulling off this plastic plaque and then sticking it to something else. Seems more so like a one-shot deal. So yeah, that's the plaque. Hope all of you enjoyed that look at that 84 Entertainment release. It's easily one of my favorite pieces in my Hellraiser collection, and I'm glad the sequel Bloodline is the one to get the edition, because as I said in the beginning, I think it's the most important sequel in the franchise, and has one of the best storylines complete with the additional mythology that make it a worthwhile viewing experience. But all of you obviously know what I think of Bloodline. What do you think of it? Talk amongst yourselves down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also follow me on Instagram, where I upload a lot of exclusive content that I don't post here on my YouTube channel. And share this video with your friends if they're Hellraiser fans. Thanks for watching.